Texas City, Texas City, Texas City. I told you guys, the civil war that's going on within the Texas City Police Department is only the beginning. The controversy has now fully spilled over in the city hall. No one is safe from that magnifying glass. Corruption is on the table. That's the topic of discussion, right? Corruption is on the table. That's the topic of discussion. Now, I've been telling you guys, pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to what's going on, because what you saw a few days ago pertaining to the Texas City Municipal Police Association calling for the resignation of Chief Cravens and Assistant Chief Manuel Johnson, that was just the tip of the iceberg. Now we have more bombshell news coming out. I read an article in the Daily News, and it was talking about Lamarck City Councilman Joseph Lowry, to put it bluntly, basically on the bumper of Dedrick Johnson, Mayor Dedrick Johnson of Texas City. And I saw on Facebook, Councilman Lowry was saying that the mayor was trying to allocate $65,000 worth of city funds to a vehicle. Now, he did make it clear that it wasn't technically a personal use vehicle. It was to be a vehicle used in his capacity as the mayor. But the thing about it is that the mayor was trying to allocate $65,000 to this vehicle, while at the same time, the mayor and our city commissioners just denied a raise or a pay increase for city employees. Now, I want to explain something to you guys real quick as I get into this. Whenever the city employees get their pay raises, the individuals that are retired from the city, they get raises on their retirement checks as well. So it is more than just current Tech City employees that are affected. Our elders in our communities are also affected. The ones who served this city proudly for decades and have are attempted to enjoy their retirement. Those raises that go to those city employees, they go to them as well. Now, yes, we're in the big scheme of things, in the context of the United States of America, Texas City, it's a blip. It's a blip on the map. However, what goes on in the country affects us here in Texas City. Now, especially with this election going on, with this presidential runoff between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, everybody is talking about the economy. Everybody is talking about inflation. Everybody is talking about how it is difficult to live. It's difficult to buy groceries. It's difficult to put gas inside of your car. It's difficult to pay for your bills. It's difficult. Everybody knows it. Only the super rich aren't as concerned. And even the super rich are becoming concerned because what? The super rich likes to stay super rich. But the everyday individual like you and me, we are feeling the squeeze. Especially when, like I say, when we go to the grocery store, $1 doesn't go as far as it used to. And so, especially those living on a fixed income, they are feeling the squeeze as well. And so this whole thing, without being able to give a raise to the city employees, has affected not only the current city employees, but past city employees who are living off retirement right now. Now, Dedrick Johnson came out and he gave an explanation why they were not able to give out these raises, and he was saying that maybe perhaps in like 6 months they'll reevaluate things and see if they can give out those raises, or maybe in a year, the next fiscal year, they'll reevaluate things and they'll see if they can give you those raises. But the thing about that is, we're living right now today. Okay, we don't. The average citizen does not want a promise that's 6 months in the future. a possible promise that's 6 months in the future. The people don't want a possible promise that's a year into the future, because groceries are high right now. They could use that raise right now. So although I do understand what the mayor was trying to say, I just have to be blunt, Mr. Mayor. The people don't want to hear that. The people don't want to hear that. And I'm not even saying that to come at you. I'm just saying that to just shine a little real world light on it. The people ain't trying to hear that. Well, we had to deny it now, but in 6 months, in 6 months, they need groceries in the ice box today. They need groceries in the ice box yesterday. You feel me? They have to put gas in their cars today. And this was crazy about it. He has to understand this concept, because in the newspaper article that I read, what Lamar Councilman Joseph Lowry was going at Dedrick Johnson about the $65,000 being allocated to a car, Dedrick Johnson was explaining that this would not be his personal car. Now follow me. I want y'all to follow me. I'm going to make this make sense. The mayor was explaining that the car would not be his personal car. It would be a fleet amongst city vehicles, just like we have a fleet of police cars. And, a lot of times we see city people that hold city positions. We see them driving in trucks. We see them driving in cars. They have that little Texas City emblem on them. These vehicles are a fleet of Texas City vehicles to be used by Texas City employees. So what he's saying is, this will not be his personal vehicle. He will use the vehicle in his capacity as mayor while he is mayor. And when he is no longer mayor, whoever is elected as the next mayor of Texas City, they will have access to the vehicle. But and you got to pay attention to what's being said. One of the reasons why he said that, he wanted to get this $65,000 SUV, mayoral vehicle added to the fleet, was because he attends a lot of functions, right? He attends a lot of functions that are related to the city, and he does. I see him around a lot. I actually seen him at Blocker Middle School when they were allowing the children to come in and get their schedules and, go look at their new classes. I have a daughter that's in Blocker, and when I took my daughter up there, I actually saw him in the building. And, my son was in baseball. My son was in baseball over the summer. I remember seeing him out there at like the first game of the registration, something like he was somewhere involved in that. So you do see him around town. And so what he was saying was that he uses his own vehicle, and he uses his own gas to get to these different places. So he was suggesting getting another vehicle added to the fleet of city vehicles for the mayor. Listen, so he would not have to continue to use his own vehicle and his own gas to get to functions that are related to the city. So one could logically deduce, one could logically deduce that what he's saying is he's coming out of his own pocket for gas. Now, he's a human. He has to be feeling the squeeze too. He knows what gas costs. He knows what food costs, right? And so to alleviate some of that pressure on himself, putting gas in his own vehicle, wear and tear on his own vehicle, going from city function to city function to city function, he was looking for some type of relief. So the mayor has to understand the economic crunch. Because if the mayor didn't understand the economic crunch, the mayor would not be trying to sidestep an aspect of the economic crunch and get a city vehicle that'll take him from point A to point B to alleviate some of the cost of gas in his own vehicle and some of the wear and tear on his own vehicle. So if the mayor understands the economic crunch, and he would seek to do things that will relieve the pressures of this economic crunch on himself, then the mayor has to also understand that the city employees and the retired city employees are feeling the same economic crunch, and they need relief as well, Mr. Mayor. So it just looked bad. It's bad optics. It looked bad. Nobody wants to hear that they cannot get a raise, that they cannot get some relief from this economic crunch. And you're talking about a $65,000 car. Don't nobody want to hear that. And that's I'm not taking no shot at you. I understand what you explained, but I have to be honest. You have to hear the truth. See, you need people around you that's willing to tell you the truth. Nobody want to hear that. Nobody cares. Now, I will say I appreciate you making that video that you made. You know, I do appreciate you responding to the Galveston County Daily News, because you have a habit of saying that you don't like to deal with things on social media. You don't like to deal with things on social media. You don't like to deal. Social media is America's cup of coffee. Social media is America's cup of coffee. A lot of people get informed on social media. And Dedrick, bro, listen to me. Listen to me good, man. Somebody got to tell you the truth. That sounds so hypocritical. You understand? Do you understand what I'm telling you? Like, I'm trying my best not to chastise you. Or come across like I'm chastising you. I'm just trying to speak on what's going on. But it sounds so hypocritical because the city of Tech City has a Facebook page. Do not tell, we're not dumb. The people of Tech City not stupid. Don't tell the citizens of Tech City that you don't like to deal with things on social media, and the city of Tech City has a Facebook page. You yourself have a personal Facebook page. You yourself has a Dedrick Johnson for Mayor Facebook page. The police department has a Facebook page. The city of Tech City got you got a YouTube channel, bro. The city of Tech City got a podcast. Mr. Mayor, I don't know. And you probably got Instagram. You probably got Twitter. You probably got all of this social media. And listen, social media, the operative word is media, where people get their information from. You have no problem with the Galveston County Daily News. That's media. That was the social media before there was social media. You see, and even the Galveston County Daily News, listen to me good. When you give your statements to the Galveston County Daily News, do you know what they do with that? They post it on Facebook. They post it on Facebook. They post it to social media. Social media is America's cup of coffee. You know, and you can't utilize social media when you want to, but then try to double talk the Tech City citizens and say, well, you know, I'm not here to deal with things on social media. I don't like coming to social media. I don't want to talk about this on social media. And the city of Tech City got a Facebook page. You got a Facebook page. Tell me this, family. My power went out last night. When the power goes out, if your power goes out in your house, Texas City, how do you find out if it's a bigger problem, or if it's something that's just your house is dealing with, or just your street is dealing with? How do you find out? Do you call the city at 2:00 in the morning? No. I guarantee you do what I did. You log into Facebook and people post on Facebook, the lights are out here. You find out where the lights are out at. You find out what might be happening. It's 2024. You know, and I don't want to go too far on a rant on that, but stop saying you don't like to deal with stuff on social media, okay? It sounds very, very hypocritical. Very, very hypocritical, because, again, the Texas City got a Facebook page, man. You on social media. And, listen, you got to stop, you got to stop You have to stop with the appearance of using the city and using city funds for personal business. Now, no matter how much you explain that this $65,000 SUV, it's just for company use. You know, it's just for company use. The people, they not trying to hear that. But you do, and I got to say this. You will weaponize that position. Because I'm gonna tell you something, Dedrick, you never made this one thing right with me. You never made this one thing right with me, and I tried to let it go, but it's very pertinent right now today. And I gotta tell the people this. People, did y'all know that the mayor, he basically kind of like weaponized the Tech City Police Department? I don't know if he was the first mayor to do this, but I know he did it. He had something created called the Dignitary Protection Unit. Let me say this again. Councilman Joseph Lowry has now highlighted the $65,000 car SUV, but did you know that the mayor also has something called the Dignitary Protection Unit, where Tech City police officers were getting paid overtime to go to city functions with him to protect them? as if he was Donald Trump and somebody was trying to assassinate him. As if he was Barack Obama and, he had death threats on his life. A dignitary protection unit? Like somebody had took shots at him somewhere. It was the FBI had uncovered assassination attempts. And I want you to pay attention. Everything related to the city comes out of the city budget. Now, the police department, yes, they have an allocated budget. Their allocated budget, because they are city employees, comes from you, the taxpaying citizens. So ultimately, when you just, you start doing your shoveling, you digging, these overtime hours is basically coming from taxpayer dollars some kind of way. It's tied into taxpayer dollars some kind of way. And the mayor, he weaponized this dignitary protection unit to silence people who were going against him. He literally, at one of these functions that he was talking about, these community conversations with Dedrick Johnson, one of those dignitary protection unit officers who was working in the capacity of a dignitary protection unit, dignitary protection unit officer, kicked me and my brother. They kicked my brother out of a meeting. And to make sure that they didn't try to rough my brother up outside, I got up, I went outside with him, and the officer threatened to take me to jail for doing absolutely nothing. This dignitary protection unit officer threatened to take me to jail just for walking outside with my brother. Told me, get off the property or I'm going to jail. I laughed at him. I say, go to jail. I say, man, is this dude on cocaine? Like, really? No, seriously, are you on cocaine, bro? You mighty hyper. And we were there to question the mayor about some things. So that's another thing I don't like. All of this, you don't want to do things on social media, but when we actually went to one of these city functions to talk to you face to face, we got kicked out and an officer threatened to take me to jail, only to come to find out later that this officer that threatened to send me to jail for nothing, threatened to send me to jail for nothing, was part of your dignitary protection unit. Then what I do? I didn't go to social media. Well, yeah, I did talk to social media, but not on that. I went to a city commissioners meeting, and I tried to talk to you face to face at the city commissioner meeting. I got no response. So it's like, damn, you don't want to talk to the people on social media. You don't want to talk to people that disagree with you at these community functions. You don't want to talk to these people that disagree with you at the city commissioners meeting. And when I was saying that, everybody, nobody was listening to me. But now the same thing is being done to the police department. The same thing is being done to the police department, which is a major cause of what's going on right now. And I told you then. Remember, I told you then, Mayor, I told you. This lack of accountability, this lack of transparency, this acting like you big to be talked to is going to make you crash and burn. I was just trying to warn you. And now, look what's happening. Look what's happening. Now, this isn't a rant and rave totally against you. I'm just trying to keep the people informed, give the people some background, talk to everybody, let everybody know what's going on. But listen, you can say what you want, but I want y'all to continue to pay attention, because just like I told you what was going on with the Tech City Police Department was only the tip of the iceberg. It's only the tip of the iceberg. There is more coming. There's more coming. Y'all need to pay attention. Y'all need to pay attention. And here's the remedy. It's only one way out. You got to do the right thing. Anybody that has done anything wrong, you have to admit to your wrong. You have to make it right. See, nobody wants to do that. It's too many egos. It's too much ego. Individuals nowadays, especially like when you get power, individuals with power, they don't like to say, you know what, I was wrong. I made a mistake. Humbly, I need to change some things. They just don't do it. And so they would rather, crash and burn. But yeah, so looks like what Councilman Joseph Lowry was saying about this $65,000 vehicle is correct. The mayor is trying to get a $65,000 SUV. Now, it's not for personal use. Let's be clear about that. It is only to be used in its capacity as the mayor. But If he's looking to get that vehicle, he's looking to offset some of the cost to himself for moving around the city, be it with gas, insurance, wear and tear on his vehicle. So he's understanding the economic crunch, but at the same time, understanding the economic crunch and trying to alleviate some of that off of himself, he denied the city employees a raise. And when he denied the city employees a raise, he denied the retired, I'm gonna say it again, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm telling you, he denied some of the retired city employees a raise as well. And they feeling the crunch. They need relief, man. They need relief. Dang, man, cancel a parade, bro. Cancel a parade. People want groceries in their ice box. You know, shut down some of, I'm pretty sure them community conversations with Dedrick Johnson, those aren't free to the city. Especially because cops are getting paid overtime to attend. Somebody got to set it up. Somebody got to set it up. All that stuff ain't free. This stuff that's going on that's not free. But any idea or whim that come in your head, we can find money for it from the city. But the city employees and the retired city employees can't get groceries put in their icebox. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now again, I'm just trying to give you guys this information as unbiased as I can. But man, this is getting very, very frustrating. This is getting very, very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Tech City Police Department, City of Tech City, City Hall, our government officials, y'all get y'all act together. You get your act together. You get your act together, or it's all gonna come crumbling down. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Just like many of you, I got to get to work. Thanks for listening to my rant. I held you for over 20 minutes. I apologize. I know you have things to do, but this Matthew Daniels, I'm out.